welcome to another episode of Shooting
the Shit with Rachel Ann
and Neil Young. So we're talking all things real estate photography business growth, mindset, and getting it done. Here come your favorite true entrepreneurs, Rachel Ann and Neil Young, shooting the shit.
I have a ferret on the podcast. Like if we're kind of in a slump, like what kind of things do you do?
Talking about a boob light.
Straddling a power line.
Nice photo.
Ooh, I need that.
I'm like red right now because I'm embarrassed. I go like this. I love it.
Come in.
Sure, use your podcast voice.
You know, over here, I'm pitting out.
Drone's like flipping to the ground.
That's a great callback.
Chit-chatting.
Is that what you call that?
Hey!
Hey!
Namaste. How do you do this? What do you do this?
I think it is. Namaste.
Namaste. Okay. Ready?
Hello
1, 2, 3.
and welcome. Go ahead. Do your thing.
Okay.
Goodness.
Namaste. Welcome to the podcast. Today we're talking about quiet time.
Quieting your mind with meditation.
But for real, we're goofing off a little bit here, but Rachel's going to be more the expert in this, but I looked really quickly and basically saw so many reasons why you should be having some quiet time. It's basically going to save your life. So
Right. In so many different areas. So there's many ways that you can quiet your mind, right? But the number one thing that I've been doing is meditation. So we're going to talk about meditating today. We're going to talk about the benefits, why you should do it, when you should do it, where you should do it. And I might even throw in a real live guided meditation episode that we can post after this one for you guys.
I like it.
Yeah, so I am doing those in my app for the course. It's called Mindset Minute with Rachel Ann. So every day there's a new little mindset hack, guided meditation or affirmation that unlocks every day for you. So one of the things is the guided meditations, which I've never created my own guided meditations until now. And I got to say, it's really fun. It's very relaxing to create them. You know, it's a lot of just like calm voice and affirmations that you're repeating. And yeah, they're fun. They're fun. So
I like it. Oh my gosh, this is totally making me. What is that? There's two girls, SNL, two girls that used to do this bit where they were like radio talk show hosts and they would talk soft. They're like, "That's great. Oh, tell them about that, Carol." I forget how it go, but I totally feel like I need to talk soft like that.
yeah, like your late night DJ voice.
I'm like creepy.
Right?
So more, hey everyone, how are? Yeah, it is late night. Yeah, you're right.
The
They're
late night
like,
DJ voice.
and here we are today with Delilah. Love songs to bring you peace and tranquility.
Yes. I do have a hack for you with your kids. A lot of times your kids will piss you off, right? And then your reaction is to yell at them. Yell at them, right? Like a lot of times we just explode and yell at them, and that doesn't get through. Most of the time they just keep acting up. So try using the late night DJ voice. It's like, go clean your room right now and look them straight in the eye. It freaking works, dude. I've done it so many times and they look at me like, why is mom so calm and serious right now? It kind of freaks them out.
Do you ever like make a mistake and go like, go clean your room? This is Casey Kasem.
It works. Just try it, Neil. Just try it.
I'm going to try it. I'm sure it weirds them out. Definitely. They're like, well, why is he talking to get their attention?
Yeah, because when you yell, you can't get through to anyone. They're not going to listen to you. So, well, I mean, if you yell loud enough,
my yelling apparently does get through, but it's a habit I need to correct.
Yes.
Parenting award, maybe not this year.
It's okay, Neil. You've got lots of more years to get that. Lots of more years.
I maintained my patience today when I was trying to do tennis with my daughter, and she just doesn't listen to any instruction I tell her. It's like I say it like 3 times, and there's no even reaction. I'm like, are you listening to what I'm saying to you? Because I'm getting.
Do you hear me, child? Just nod if you're hearing me. Maybe she's deaf.
Literally, I said that to her, and she was like, "What? No." I'm like, I said 3 times.
Wow.
There's my quiet voice.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Let's just get to it. We're just bullshitting. Too much shooting the shit. Let's just dive in because we need to talk about stillness and how important it is.
All right. Let's talk about stillness and quiet in your life.
Neil, I feel like We're off to a very bad start. But okay, let's go. Here we go. Okay.
Neil, Neil,
Start.
I'd like it if you would start by being quiet
Neil, can you shut up, please, so we can do the podcast on being
so we
quiet?
can do an episode on quiet time. For the love of God.
I knew this one was going to be a challenge for you, Neil. I knew it. I knew it.
What you're talking about. And here we go. Neil will be quiet.
Yes, yes. Okay, so let's talk about why on earth would you meditate or need quiet time in your life? Like, what does this do for you? Why do you need it? Neil? You got any ideas? Neil's just nodding.
Actually, really beneficial to your health and your stress, as I've just learned from some quick research. All kinds of stuff, lowering blood pressure even. So yeah, I mean, it just seriously might save your life before your
Totally.
head explodes like mine.
Yeah. There's a lot of like creative blocks that can come to you too that can happen. Like if you have writer's block or you can't figure out a new idea for your business, if you're feeling overwhelmed by things, it's being quiet and just meditating or stillness is really good to just clear your mind. And like the racing thoughts, my mind gets going and I am like, I'm not diagnosed ADD, but I'm pretty sure I have ADD. So I'm kind of like all over the place and I'm doing like 6 things at once, but bouncing between all of them, checking my phone. Okay, over to the email. Like it's just this, it's so fast paced. And sometimes I just have to like stop myself and I'm like, breathe, Rachel, just breathe. Like go sit quietly for 5 minutes or 10 minutes and just relax. Cause I get in that like mode. I'm just get really wound up. So it helps me to just like, woosah, like calm down. Those are like the main reasons why I do. A lot of times if I'm like, I can't figure something out, like let's say like this week, I was so just had a roadblock with social media. I didn't want to post. I didn't want to add to stories. I didn't want to make reels. I didn't want to do any of it. And I do this about, once every 5 or 6 weeks. I'm just like, bleh, I'm tired of doing it, So I take a little break. I tried the meditating thing because I was feeling like, am I putting the right stuff out there on my Rachel Ann app? Like I'm feeling it's starting to feel a little bit salesy and kind of forced. And I was like, I need to just like meditate on this for a minute and just figure out like what I need to be posting. And through that meditation and through that like little discovery period in the quiet time, I came to the realization that I need to post more about mindset because I think that is such an important aspect of being on social media. Me being vulnerable and putting things out there will help my audience to connect with me and trust me. And people can learn from all of the mistakes that I've made, and not only being vulnerable, but just talking about mindset hacks that I've learned along the way, different things that I've done that have helped me to overcome the fear and the overwhelm and all that stuff. The stillness helped. It just like popped in my head like a little light bulb went off and I was like, duh, it's right there. Like it's great to post tips on like how to use social media because that's what a lot of it is. But I think there's a huge aspect of the course too, which the whole Instagram is based around the course. So it makes more sense to like add more of that mindset stuff in.
Yeah, and well, one of the couple of facts I saw that was kind of cool, I was surprised was, well, first of all, they said that noise, too much noise, consistent noise is actually not good for you. Your brain, it's not good for your health, everything that you need some quiet time to have a break in that. It's just disrupting to you. So when we're all of our lives are probably super busy and noisy and loud all the time, so you really do need that. And they're saying, however you can find it, whatever you want to do, but you go sit somewhere and read a book or whatever. Meditating or doing any of those things will help with that. In that meditation and all that, I guess there's also some tests that show that, yeah, like you said about creativity, that it actually increases productivity and making new brain cells when you
Mm.
have that quiet time. So and some of that creativity comes out of everything. So I mean, I literally read like a whole bunch of everything. I kept reading down more and all these things, and it was just like pretty much just if you want to be healthy, you need some quiet
Yeah. Yeah. So there's different ways that you can meditate too, which we'll get into, but I'll just go over kind of this list of benefits that
Yeah.
I've found and experienced myself. So you can gain a new perspective on stressful situations. Meditation is really powerful because it allows us to shift our awareness onto what's really important. So, for instance, let's say you're having a really bad day, you're really angry with someone. By sitting and meditating and taking your mind off of that and putting it onto one single focus, and if you redirect that negative thing and turn it into a positive thing, it's even better. So we'll get into that too with affirmations. But yeah, it just allows you to shift your awareness and change the way you're thinking about something to a positive, or it gives you time to just kind of evaluate and be still in order to gain clarity around that subject that you're having issues with. And many people over identify with their issues that they're having, and they can dwell on it for like days to weeks to even months. So by meditating, you can break that cycle of the worry or the stress or the depression, and it can help you gain clarity on the real issue at hand.
What does that mean? Over identify. What are you saying there?
Like when you're overthinking it. Like let's say
Oh, okay.
somebody, like a client, was upset with your photos that you delivered, right? And you're just
Oh yeah.
over analyzing and thinking like, oh my gosh, they're not going to hire me next time. And it's this downward spiral of like negative, worried thoughts, right?
I do that. I do that, and it hangs and lingers on me for a
Yeah.
while till like it takes me a long time to let it go.
If you just stop and meditate during those times, it'll help you to be able to move through those and to really identify like, are these real rational thoughts that I'm having, or is this just me over analyzing and overreacting to a situation where I did my best and I called to see if they want me to redo it and they don't. So there's nothing else I can do. It's out of my hands. You know what I mean?
Right. I did what I can do. Now it's time
Exactly.
to let it go. And if they want to be jerks and never talk to me again, then I can't control it. Let it go.
Yeah.
That's what I have to tell myself. Stuff like that. Seriously, it's hard.
Yeah, exactly. So
Yeah.
it takes you from like that point of stress. And by being quiet and just relaxing, it helps you to start healing and healing that stress that you were feeling. So, yeah. So it allows you to build skills to manage your stress. So, awareness is the first step to making any change in your life, right? So, you've got to be aware that there's an issue before we can change it. So, if you're aware that you feel overworked, or you're aware that you're feeling anxious or depressed, that's the first step to making a change and doing something about it. And then actually doing a meditation or quieting your mind is the action that you could take that would help combat that. So different ways that you can manage your stress are with meditation is adding in positive affirmations and praying while you're meditating. So we'll get into that as well later on. Meditating also helps you to focus on the task at hand. So it helps you to narrow your focus and be laser focused with things you're trying to accomplish. It increases your self awareness. So, living in the now, we only have this present moment that we're living in, right? Like, we can't change the past. The past has already happened, and we can't predict the future or make the future happen. All we have is what's in front of us right now. So, a big part of meditation is bringing you back to the now so that you can be in a whole state of mind, like a positive, complete, like clear state of mind right now in this moment. So it takes some training. A lot of times we get stuck in the past, which is linked to depression because you're evaluating what did happen and what you could do to fix it, or you're living in the past, or you're living in the future, which is linked to anxiety, where you're worried about what's going to come. So by living in the now and just taking life like one moment at a time, obviously you need to plan and evaluate things that happened in the past, but there's a way to just live in the now and be very self-aware of what's going on around you and what's happening with your emotions. Any thoughts, Neil?
Oh no, I like thinking about it like that way though, because yeah, like if you're worrying a lot, if I'm holding on to those thoughts of that's because of whatever I messed up in the past or whatever mistake I made, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's obviously not good to do that. And then I do like that thought of the whole what do you say, anxiety and depression is
Mm-hmm.
thinking about the future too much. And I think there's a balance, right? I mean, yes, you're
Mm-hmm.
going to focus on some stuff in the future, but you can't just have all your focus there, or yeah, you're just kind of putting yourself in a tough position to like, put so much weight there. So there's got to be a balance, right? And I think that's cool to get your center, if you will.
Yes, yes. I know I learned about that not too long ago about like when you worry, about the future, that's anxiety. And I was like, that makes so much sense because I get anxiety about stupid stuff. I haven't had it for a long time though. I mean, I'd get like the heart palpitations, my chest would hurt. I just feel
Mhm.
like uptight and worried. A lot of times
Yeah.
money will like if money's not
Yes,
flowing, I'll get
money,
the
and I'm
anxiety
not
about
where I
money.
want to be in my
Mhm.
career. And then yes, you start to be stressed out,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yep, yep, yep. I survived most winter with no anxiety, so that's a bonus. Go
Hmm.
me. I don't know
Well,
how I did that.
that's good. I
Depression, on
have
the other
not.
hand, that's a
I
bitch.
have I have all the
Uh,
what is it? Not what is the bad reaction to stress where you get all the fat in your belly and
oh, cortisol.
yes, that that Creighton talked about on our episode with the life coach.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think I've got all the cortisol.
Oh, more sit-ups, Neil. More sit-ups.
I know, right?
Yeah.
I do need more. Oh boy,
Oh, please. You're
yes.
fine. Actually, I've never even seen you in real life, so I have no idea what your belly looks
That's
like.
well, that's why we only do above the waist up, Rachel.
Yes.
So you'll never
Oh,
see this sick,
oh,
you
stop
know.
it.
I was gonna say six pack like beer, but that's not the right term. It's not a
Stop.
six pack.
One day. How's that 5 minutes a
Day
day
in
of
the
working out
past.
going, Neil?
Oh, terrible.
Oh, come on.
Yes. I did go for a run yesterday.
Oh, good job. That's good.
Yeah, in the
How'd that
dark.
feel? Oh,
Dangerous. It was
yeah.
very risky. And I was like, you ran down that trail pitch black? Is that smart? And I'm like, yeah, it wasn't really smart, but I was headed out the door and I didn't realize how dark it already was. And I'm like, well, I'm going. I said I was going, I'm going.
Oh, good
But
for
yeah,
you.
it felt very sketchy. I had my flashlight, which is super bright. I was literally like scanning the woods
Oh,
as I was running, like checking to see if anybody was just gonna
oh
jump
my
me.
gosh. I would be
Yeah, I mean
sprinting.
it's a
Terrified.
trail like, but in a city environment, there's like this one kind of trail that's through these neighborhoods kind of on either side and like a gross and then like kind of industrial stuff on the left, like grocery store and stuff like that. So it's definitely like you feel a little sketchy, if you will. So yeah,
How did you feel after you went for your run, though?
I felt good.
Good.
And
Good.
I wanted to do like some kind of sprints and stuff because honestly, for fat burning and stuff like that, you want to do
Mhm.
some of that like really go for it stuff to kind of get the system going. So I was doing short kind of sprinting because I'm not in good shape, but I was doing some sprints and stuff, and then kind of running, but running at a decent pace, not just like a jog, but like a hard, not a full sprint, but like a good run, and it felt good.
Good for you.
Yeah,
Well, remember how that felt. Do that next time. That's your life coach for the day.
yes, I need to go. See, that's the thing. Now I'm like, I should do it now, and then when we're done with this, it'll be pitch black again.
Yeah, it's like 10 p.m. where you're at. That's crazy.
And I want to do it on the dirt trail because I can't run on the pavement. I would run on the pavement, but after like two times, my knees gets all messed up. So if I run
Oh,
on a
yeah,
trail or something, that's not as bad on the impact for my knees. So
totally. Okay, let's get back to the meditation benefits because we're almost through this list, this crazy list. So it helps clear our mind and focus on the present moment, and it gives you a huge productivity boost, which is awesome because who doesn't need to be more productive? Meditation can reduce some of the negative emotions and overall health by lowering your risk of depression, decreasing self doubt, lowers your blood pressure. You have a better immune system function, which that's crazy. I think that's so cool. Better mood and brain function, less risk of age related memory loss, which is cool. I'm like, what? Because I'm always worried. I'm like, I don't want to get freaking Alzheimer's or dementia.
oh
That's
man,
like,
it's
if that happens,
terrible.
just pull the cord, man. Put me out of my misery. Like, no.
Oh yeah, oh it's terrible.
Yeah. So the improved focus you get from a regular meditation practice can boost your memory and mental clarity. It may also help fight age related memory loss and dementia. Meditate because it will save your brain. It's increasing your imagination and your creativity. So daily meditation can help you perform better at work, helps to increase your focus and attention and improves your ability to multitask, increases your patience and your tolerance, which Creighton, our life coach that was on, was telling me that he meditates every day. And when he doesn't, he notices it big time because he loses his patience. He's like, that's when I know I got to get back to my meditation ritual.
Okay, I
Like,
think
cool.
maybe another reason why I need a little meditation
I,
lately.
maybe I do too. Maybe I need more. I did meditate before this, which was kind of just a nap, but I couldn't sleep. So then I just did meditation stuff. I was trying to sleep and then the phone rang and then. So annoying. Okay. So how often should you be meditating? So 8 to 20 minutes per day is recommended. I know that sounds like a lot to start out. So honestly, if you can just start with 5 minutes, 2 or 3 days a week to get used to it, you can work your way up. It's just the fact that you're actually making a conscious effort to try something new. Creighton also told me that he tries something new that he didn't like in the past for 30 days. I think running was one of them for him. Like he didn't like running. And then he tried it for 30 days and now he runs every morning. I was like, oh, interesting. So you're telling me that I should try push-ups every day for 30 days? Maybe I'll like
You're gonna
them.
be jacked.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, if I can get the shoulder under control. Goodness.
Yeah.
It does take about 8 weeks to see results. However, I have seen when I first started, I got benefits right away. Maybe not the lowered blood pressure, right? But the other benefits of like feeling calmer, lower anxiety, like mental clarity, getting ideas really quickly, stuff like that.
I mean, I
Um,
got to tell you, honestly, when I was just thinking about when I was reading a couple things before we got on the podcast,
mhm.
and I just stopped and even part of meditation sometimes is breathing and stuff too. Like I just took a couple deep breaths even, and I
Mhm.
instantly felt better. Like I
Yeah,
swear to God, just
yeah,
like, oh, oxygen. All right,
right.
let's,
I know.
holy cow.
I feel like we
Yeah, get in that
don't
state of
breathe enough at
no.
all. There's a lot of like breath coaches out there, like, and things you
Yeah,
can watch on YouTube about breath work and how beneficial it is. That's a whole
yeah.
nother podcast for another
Oh
day.
yeah, it's a whole
But
other thing. But that's part of even just like take that breath to like start your like meditation and relax. It's just like you can feel your like I can feel my shoulders just when I just did it like relax a bunch. I'm like,
mhm.
oh man, I got a lot going on that I don't even realize. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
Yeah,
A
yeah.
good time to meditate, there's a transition from work to home, right? So like we get home from work and we're in like this work mindset and then we go into our houses and we've got our kids and our wife and like our attention is being pulled and it's hard. Sometimes it's hard to separate work from family life. So when you walk in, you're just not prepared to dive into mommy or daddy mode. You know, you're still in work mode and you're like, I still have to get things done. Like, so this would be a good time to do a 5 minute meditation in your car before you go in the house. Just like close your eyes, just take a deep breath, get ready for that transition. It'll just help your body to relax so that you can move into that next phase of your evening or your day with more clarity and focus around your family.
And that does not mean pick up your phone and look at Instagram before you go in because
No,
that's not meditation.
Instagram is the devil. No,
That is
it can be.
that is not quiet.
No, no, it's not. So, what you'll notice when you start meditating, you'll start noticing that you feel more motivated, you're getting better sleep, you stop comparing yourself to other people, you're less stressed, and you have more room in your mind, which is awesome. And you got to think about it like meditation isn't something that you have to do, it's something that you get to do. So, after you do it a little bit, you'll start enjoying it and seeing more of these benefits.
I feel like I used to get some of my quiet time slash meditation. I don't know if this qualifies. You'll have to tell me if it does or not. But I used to do it. I used to do my bath shower, my bower.
Yeah.
But since we changed the faucet system in there, it doesn't get as hot as it used to. So my bath part isn't hot. So I don't stay in there very long. So it doesn't work. So now I'm mostly showering. So
Oh,
I don't get my I used to just chill there and think about stuff,
yeah, that's
you know?
perfect. Yeah.
But yeah, does that qualify?
Oh, yeah. Anytime you're just
Yeah.
quieting your mind and just thinking, like literally, you just think about your breathing, when you can add in like one word or like a sentence, like it's just narrowing your focus. There's not a lot to it, honestly. It's kind of boring sometimes when you're in the go, go, go mode. Sometimes it's hard to like bring it down, but it's definitely beneficial. You don't need a dark room with candles and like soft music, you can actually get yourself into the now, not necessarily meditating, but just bringing yourself into the present moment by one thing I always do when I'm feeling anxious in the car or I'm like going to a big job and I'm feeling just like my mind's racing. I'll just grab my steering wheel, like wrap both my hands around the steering wheel at 10 and 2, and I'll just rub my hands on the steering wheel and I'll feel the leather steering wheel. And I'm thinking about what it feels like. I'm like rubbing the leather. And just that task of focusing on, I mean, I'm obviously driving, but of feeling that steering wheel brings my mind off of all the stuff that's racing and brings it just onto that steering wheel. And it allows me to like break that cycle in my mind of race, race, race. Another way that I just learned someone else say that they do, they look at a trunk of a tree and they look at the bark and all that they follow the designs of the bark.
Not while you're driving. Not while you're
Not while
driving,
you're driving.
everyone.
Don't do this while you're driving. Yeah. Don't watch the birds while you're driving.
Look
No
at the
counting
bark on
sheep.
that tree.
Yeah.
Mm.
So the bark, and these sound kind of weird and crazy, but I'm telling you, if your mind is racing and you can't get it under control, just try literally just try smelling a flower. Like just stop and go smell the flower. Think about how good it smells. Feel the petals. Like just get into something tactile that you can touch and you can smell. Petting your dog or your cat is great too. They're very therapeutic when you pet them. So pet your dog, talk to them, that'll help break that cycle as well. So those are just different ways to kind of get yourself into the now. It's not necessarily meditating, but it's a way to like break that cycle. If you can't sit quietly in a room, that's a good alternative to help kind of spark those ideas and stuff and get you relaxed.
I
Oh,
I did see in the little research, like it said, that it actually can help with if you're having struggling with insomnia, that the meditation can actually help.
oh, that's
Yeah.
interesting. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't I don't personally have insomnia, so I've never seen that work. My dad does. Maybe I should tell my dad.
Yeah. Tell them
That'd
to
be
try
good.
it. I did have
Yeah.
insomnia in college. For a while, it was very hard for me to get to sleep.
Mm.
Now I don't. I don't have that problem anymore.
Okay, so I have a couple real world examples of when this meditation worked.
Yeah.
Like I was blocked, like had nothing in my brain. So we were in Vegas for PMRE, and after the last day, my husband and I and Jordan Powers stuck around for one more day. So Jordan, Abel, and I went to an escape room, and we like got out of one room and into the next. Well, Jordan was still locked up, anyways, it was like a jail cell and we were in handcuffs, and Abel and I were both locked in the jail cell, and then we had to get ourselves out. So Abel and I got out of the jail cell. Jordan was still handcuffed to the bench, and we ended up getting into the next room, but they like called us on their phone. They're like, don't forget the guy in the other room, meaning like the hint is in the other room. So Abel was in there and I was in the second room, like trying to work on the next hint. And I'm like, I have looked everywhere. Like, I have nothing. I'm like, oh my gosh. Like, I'm just sitting there. I'd looked in the first room and the second room, like, I have nothing. So I just closed my eyes and I was silent. And I just was like, deep breaths, deep breaths, deep breaths, like getting into it. It's probably 30 seconds, maybe a minute. And I was like, just show me the next hint, show me the next hint. And I opened my eyes, I turned to the right, and down in the floor, there was a hole in the wall that showed us into the next room. And it gave me the next hint. And I was like, no shit, it worked. Like, that's awesome. That's crazy.
That's cool. That's
Yeah,
cool.
sounds exciting.
I feel like it's helped me before, and I can't place like an exact example, but I feel like if you ever had like an argument with somebody and you're not winning and you can't express yourself properly, this happens to me a lot in argumental or in like high stress argumentative kind of scenarios that I can't effectively kind of communicate what I want to say,
Mhm.
and that sometimes it helps me to just walk away for a bit and just go chill somewhere for a little bit, and then my brain start working better, and
Mhm.
so I think that kind of falls into that realm a little bit. Just go be quiet for a minute and think about what you're really trying to accomplish, and they
Yeah.
can kind of help you find the path on that. You know what I mean?
Right. And it kind of just lets you reset because sometimes you get so worked up in your mind, like you can't process anything. When you're in that fight or flight mode, especially if you're arguing with someone, it's hard to be level headed and think clearly in order to get what you want to say across. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And it depends on
Oh
your
yeah.
personality. Like some people work better in those situations than others. So maybe you're just one of those who doesn't. Like I don't react well in
Yeah.
those situations either when I'm
I
arguing with
do not.
someone.
The words are like blah blah blah, and I'm
Yeah.
like, and why didn't I say all these things? And
I
it's just like,
know. Like the next day or two, I'm like, dang it, I should have said this and I should have said that. I'm like,
oh
why do
yeah.
these things come to me later? Probably
My
for,
wife still makes fun of me for talking to Comcast, which is our like cable provider one time
yeah.
when I was like they were doing something totally shady and I was upset about it and I tried to like have a good argument with them and I was trying to think of the right things to say and all I came up with was me and my friends will get together and I was and she's like you're going to get your friends together and do what with Comcast? I'm like no, it's a what I wanted was a class action lawsuit and that's what came out.
Oh, wow. That was way off. Oh, that's
Yeah,
funny. Oh
that's
my
all
God.
that came out. And I was like trying to come up with the words for it. My
Yeah.
friends and everybody will, well, we're gonna write an assertive letter.
We're gonna, we're gonna get real mad.
And this person's on the other line, like
Okay.
they hung up and went, guys, was that recorded? Everybody come listen to this idiot. Come here. You gotta hear what he said. He's gonna get his friends.
Oh my
They're gonna write
God.
an assertive letter.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's amazing. That's
Yeah. My
amazing.
brain doesn't function when I get heated. It's like
Yeah.
come
You need to just go have some quiet time, Neil. Just
on.
go be quiet. Sit in the corner and be quiet.
Namaste,
Um,
Comcast.
all right, let me teach you how to meditate in case you don't know. It's very,
Yes,
very
please
simple,
do.
very basic. So, first, you're going to find a quiet spot where you can sit or lay down comfortably. Don't fall asleep on me, so maybe don't lay down. I always lay down because I don't like sitting up. It's just not comfortable. No, do not do this while you're driving. Do not try this while you're driving or operating heavy machinery or flying a drone. Thank you.
Yeah, yeah. Don't do it while you have the drone in the air.
So you want to listen to some kind of spa music, meditation music, or you can listen to a guided meditation as well. I just ask Alexa, play meditation music. She's probably going to start playing it. She's everywhere in my house. So you want to close your eyes and gently gaze either upward or kind of lightly down. I go in and up with my eyes. I feel like God is up there and I get like this direct channel with God. So I'm like communicating. Neil's looking up. He's up there. No shit. Do you see him?
I was
There he
just trying to
is.
go in with my eyes and
Yeah,
then
like
out. I was like,
in and out. Oh,
oh.
you gotta watch the YouTube.
We're
You see
crossing
us
our
doing
eyes. We're
cross-eyed.
trying to. Oh.
Yes. So up and in, you don't need to get crazy with it, but or you can go down. It doesn't matter. Or just close your eyes. I don't know why they tell you to go upward or inward. I just do it. It just feels like I can get into my mind more when my eyes are focused in a certain position. It like helps me tap into my inner, my subconscious.
I'm going
my,
there. Should
my
I be
soul.
should I be doing this? Should I be doing this as you're telling me?
Well, no, I'm not gonna like walk you through it. When we do the guided meditation, you guys can listen to that. It's
Or are we
on the
gonna oh
next
we're gonna
episode.
do that? Are
I'll
we gonna do
provide
that?
that for you guys, and you guys can go through that on your own time. It'll
I
be
want
like,
you to give me a guided
you want me to do it right
meditation
now, live?
right now,
on the
Rachel.
podcast?
Right now.
Let me explain how to do it. Okay, fine. Dang it, Neil. Dang it. Hang on, I gotta find the words I'm gonna tell you. They're somewhere on my list here. Okay, Neil. Alexa,
Okay,
play
I'm
meditation
ready.
music. Okay, Neil, find a comfortable place to sit. Oh, she did it. Good girl.
Awesome.
You won't be able to hear it because I have the microphone thingy's way over there. Anyways.
Yes. But I can
All right.
kind of hear that something started in the background.
Yes. All right. So close your eyes. Find a comfortable place to sit. You can turn your eyes inward and upward or gaze down. Okay. I want you to take a big, deep breath in. Keep breathing in. There we go. And let it out. So you want to fill your whole belly with air. So big, deep breaths in and let it out. So you want to find your own rhythm for your breathing. I don't want you to pass out, so don't breathe too deeply and too heavily. Just find your own pace. And just relax as you settle into the moment. Now I want you to silently label your inhalation and say let as you breathe in. And as you breathe out, say go. So let go and let it all out. With every breath you take in, breathe in good positive feelings. And every breath that you let out, release all the stress, all the overwhelm and anxiety that has been filling your body. Now I want you to imagine, Neil, that you're laying on a beach and the waves are crashing next to you, far enough away so they're not going to hit you. Really hard to do this without laughing. Sorry, Neil.
I've been doing so well.
Okay, go back. Sorry. We're on the beach, Neil. We're on the beach. It's very calming. You've got the waves crashing. There's seagulls going overhead, cawing.
Sea turtles, I hope.
The sea turtles, whatever you see there. You're laying on the warm sand on a towel, and you can feel the heat from the sand raising up through your body. And the sun is shining on you, warming your body all the way through. Take another deep breath in and let it out. Keep breathing in and let it out. As you're breathing, I want you to feel your body getting heavier and heavier with every breath. I'm going to give you a couple affirmations to help you when you're stressed or feeling overworked. You can repeat these in your own mind after I say them. I use my time wisely. I prioritize my tasks and focused on the most creative ones. I am well organized and plan my day efficiently. Now, Neil, take another deep breath in and let it out. And start to feel the cold breeze from the beach kicking up, starting to energize your body. And slowly lift up your head and open your eyes. And now you are wide awake and feeling very relaxed and ready to go conquer the day. Namaste.
You
Alexa,
might have cured
stop.
me of smoking.
What'd you say?
I think you might have cured me of smoking.
Oh, good.
Do you remember those not meditation, but what is it? You put you into trance. What is it?
Oh, yeah, hypnotism. That's what I feel like it is.
Yeah.
Like when I do these guided meditations, I'm like, legit, I was obsessed with hypnosis when I was a kid, like at the fair. I loved those things. I like went up on stage a couple times and they couldn't hypnotize me. I was too young, but I thought it was so cool. And then when I started doing these guided meditations, I'm like, they're legit like putting you under. I mean, I don't think they really get there, but I mean, they could very easily.
I was
Basically,
waiting for you. I was waiting for you to go, you no longer crave sweets.
oh, I should have said that. Dang it. Next time, Neil, next time. I'll make you your
Okay,
own
next
meditation to get you off the sugar. Okay.
time. I like it.
AKA hypnosis. Another thing that I didn't talk about with the meditation, when you get in that deep, relaxed state, you're able to tap into your subconscious brain. So your conscious brain is what like we function with on a day-to-day basis. But sometimes you're driving down the road and you're thinking about something and all of a sudden you like come to and you're like, whoa, I don't even remember driving the last 10 minutes. Like how did I get here? That's crazy. That's your subconscious on autopilot, just doing its thing because it's trained. It knows what to do, right? So your conscious brain and your subconscious brain they're one, but they're separate. So when we get in these deep relaxed states, we're able to fill our subconscious brain with more positive thoughts. So that's why we add in these affirmations. Positive affirmations are going to help kind of reprogram and rewire your brain to get you thinking more positively. So,
And that's what we were doing with the little suggestions as we were going, right?
correct. Yeah.
Because I'm like, most of these are sounding like lies.
That's your inner nagging voice and your limiting beliefs, Neil. Now, we're going to work on that.
See, somebody's got work to do.
Yeah. So an affirmation is usually a sentence and it's about yourself. So it's an I statement and then it goes into a feeling, like how we're feeling about something. Like I feel empowered when I am posting consistently on social media. So then you add your future-based goal, like something that you want to be, right? But you're saying it as if you already have it. So like I am good at public speaking. It feels good to get up and speak in front of 300 people, right? So you're speaking it in first person, like I, and then the feeling that you want or that it makes you feel, and then the goal, like what you're trying to do. And you can mix and match it, but that just kind of gives you like a little guideline for how to do these affirmations. And one good way to figure out what your affirmations should be, like things that you need to work on, write out a list when you're stressed out. Just stop and write out a list of everything that's stressing you out. I have too much to do. Like I cannot manage my time. People keep interrupting me, right? And then the exact opposite of that is going to be your positive affirmation. So if you think I do not have enough time, well, if you do have time, you set your own schedule. So if you write and say, I manage my time wisely, right? And it feels good when I manage my time wisely, or I feel like I have plenty of abundant time when I time block or whatever. Does that make sense?
And so when you do all of these positive affirmations, the idea is that you'll start to head in that direction just by recognizing them basically and calling
Yeah.
them out. Is that the idea?
By saying it out loud, your subconscious brain is hearing it and you will start to feel empowered. It's going to give you that just boost of positivity that's going to help rewire your brain so that it's connecting these positive neurons that are going to be building towards more positive thoughts coming out of you in the future. It's like the law of attraction. Have you read that book?
No.
Law of Attraction? That's a great one. So positive thoughts create positive things, negative thoughts create negative things. So you think about the day when you go outside and you stub your toe, and then you run a red light and get a ticket, and then you get to work late. And then it's like this negative spiral of bad things happening to you, right? So on the other hand, if you have a good day with all these positive things happening to you, it's like contagious, and it's just like a snowball of more and more and more good
Yes.
things. So it's training your brain. You're like breaking the cycle of thinking negatively, because the more negative thoughts you have, the more negative stuff you're drawing into your existence. Think of yourself as like a magnet for emotions and for feelings. So if you're always talking bad to yourself and feeling like crap about yourself, then you're going to draw more of this negativity towards you. And self-love is like the hardest thing. One thing I learned recently, or a statement that I heard, like when you're talking bad about yourself, like you look in the mirror, you're like, oh my God, I look so fat today, or whatever your thing is, right? My hair doesn't look good or whatever. Would you talk to your kids that way? Would you say that statement that you just said to yourself? Would you say that to your children? If the answer is hell no, then why are you saying it to yourself? Because you need to love yourself, right? So it's just all back to like this
Like
self
that.
love, this positivity. Like it's
Mhm.
so contagious and it will help with your growth. Like once you can master your mind, your whole life will fall into place. Everything will just start lining up right in front of you if you can master your mind and your thoughts. It's very powerful.
I flippin' love it.
Yes. There we go.
Rachel.
Positive
Rachel, come
affirmations,
on.
people.
Bam. Bam.
Preach
Come
it,
on
girl.
now, everybody. I
Do I
love
need
it.
do I need to say any more? No. I
That
do
was
have more
great.
affirmations that I wrote up though about different situations if you want to hear a couple ideas.
Yeah, let's hear 'em.
Okay,
Yeah.
so if you're having a hard time coming up with new creative ideas for your posts on social media, here are a few to get you started. I feel lifted up and supported when I am sharing my gifts with the world. Through my artistic expressions, I inspire others.
Mhm.
Or if you're having troubles getting on camera, so maybe you're camera shy or you have stage fright, or you don't, you just don't want to do that, you can say these. It feels good to be on camera, which is probably like 90% of us, let's be honest. It's terrifying getting on camera for the first few times. All right, back to him. I enjoy sharing my story on video. I encourage others daily. It feels good to speak my mind freely. Yeah, that's all I got for you.
I
That's it.
like that. No, and you know what? I like the affirmations for the social media stuff that you did there. It kind of tied in a little bit to what we were talking about with the imposter syndrome
Mm-hmm.
kind of thing the other day that we were
Mm-hmm.
talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but yeah, kind of going like reminding yourself like these things are inspiring people and helping people, and you start to feel better about it. Like I like kind of like I think that kind of might tie in for some people in that feeling that way. Like
Yeah.
this is doing good things for other people. This is helping people. This is inspirational. This will motivate other people. And like
Mm-hmm.
now you feel good about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got a
Cool.
message from a gal about our podcast this morning, and she was like, I absolutely love your podcast. It's my favorite. And like just getting that from her, like it kickstarted my day and it just made my day. I was like, that was so sweet of her. I was like, wow. And I
That's
feel like
awesome.
we're giving like, we're not making anything off of this yet. Eventually, maybe we'll monetize somehow, but we just do it because we like to do it and we like to share freely. And I think and the fact that I can just inspire someone or help someone with this content, like, and hearing back from people and saying that is just makes it all worth it. You know what I mean? It just
I
fills my
totally,
cup.
yeah, it totally
So,
does. It totally does. Cause you start,
yeah.
sometimes you don't, when you don't hear things like that, you wonder like, are we
Yeah.
helping people? And
I know.
so, yeah, no, it's nice to hear that. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Good
So
stuff.
we're going to talk about praying real quick because there's a lot of power in
Oh yeah.
prayer. I know not everyone is religious. I have like the sun is setting. It's so bright. Do you see this? It doesn't
Oh
matter.
yeah, I see. It does. But my
I can
my
pull down the
lighting still
blinds.
looks much worse than that. No, my lighting looks yours is fine.
Okay, I'm just gonna leave it. Okay, cut all that out.
She just realized she had no pants on, so she couldn't walk away.
I don't. Shit, no. I have sweatpants on.
She's like, "Oh wait, I'll
Oh,
stay
I'm gonna
here.
sit down.
I have no
I'm gonna
pants."
get fired from the podcast.
There's that's one thing that's hard to do is get fired from the podcast.
Yes, right? Especially when you're half of it.
Yes.
Prayer is also a good grounding exercise to help you connect with the higher power and to help just bring you into the now and help you create some of these like positive affirmation connections are very connected with prayer and how we pray. So God wants to be close to us and he delights in us praying. So here are a few verses from the Bible about consistently praying. Thessalonians 5:16 through 18. Rejoice always, pray without ceasing. Give thanks in all circumstances, for this is the will of God in Christ Jesus for you. So let's like break it down. Rejoice always. So he's like saying celebrate always, right? Like rejoice in things. Pray without ceasing, which means pray without stopping, like continuously pray throughout your day, and give thanks in all your circumstances. So be grateful. You guys have heard me say this probably 100 times now, but gratefulness is the seed to abundance. Like the more grateful you are for things that you have, the more you appreciate what you have in life, the more good things are going to come to you. It's just the way it's back to that law of attraction, like power of positive belief and positive thoughts. I always start my prayers by like thanking God or thanking, you know, thank you for everything that I have. Thank you for my family. Like I just start thinking, and that kind of gets me going. Right.
Yep.
And then I kind of move into asking for something because if we ask, we will receive. So listen to this part. This is what was really cool. So this is from Philippians 4:6. Do not be anxious about anything, but in everything by prayer and supplication with thanksgiving, let your requests be made known to God. And then this one is from Mark 11:24. Therefore, I tell you, whatever you ask in prayer, believe that you have received it and it will be yours. So that was the one I was talking about. This one's cool. So this is telling you, therefore, I tell you, whatever you ask in prayer, so whatever you ask for, believe that you have received it. So you're saying it in a way that you believe that you've already received it. So where I was saying, when you're doing these positive affirmations, you're saying, I am a good public speaker. Like you're saying it as if you've already received it and you already are that great thing when you're praying.
Right.
So it's almost like you're just saying positive affirmations when you're praying to God, right? Because you're saying like, and I want these things. And then it says, and it will be yours. By saying it, you're connecting with God. God is speaking through you, or you're rewiring your brain to make those new neural pathways that make that a reality for you. I mean, obviously, you have to like practice speaking and like go after it. But the more you're pre programming your brain to get used to this kind of thing, the easier and the more it's going to just unfold in front of you.
Yeah, I like the idea that it's just firing those neurons to make those connections.
Mhm.
You're just taking a step in the right direction.
Totally. Totally. So I think that kind of wraps it up. Guys, meditation is amazing. It will transform your life. It has so many health benefits. Highly recommend it if you haven't tried it already. Try it out. I will be adding a guided meditation in the next episode that you guys can listen to at your leisure. Please don't do it while you're driving, operating equipment, or drones or anything crazy. Just be safe.
Or drones.
Be safe. Find a comfortable place, sit down, no distractions, turn your phone off, and just zone out for 10, 15 minutes with me. I guarantee you will not regret it. And I won't hypnotize you and tell you any crazy stuff. I'll keep it all positive.
Can we have an alternate version where you do throw in some things like that just to mess with me? Is that
Maybe there's like a trigger. Like whenever in the podcast we say shit, they like stand up and yell, oh my God. Like, I don't know, something funny. I wonder if that, ooh, we should try that. No, I'm kidding.
Ooh,
We
let's
would
do it.
never.
Wow,
I
we
would
have to think of
never
what we're
do
gonna-
that.
What will it be? What shall we have them jump up and yell in public?
I love Rachel and Neil.
Rachel and Neil, I miss you.
Listen to Shooting the Shit podcast. That's what they would say. There we go. Free promo.
There we go. That was delightful, and I hope people get a kick out of my meditating. It was good, but I actually feel good. I feel great.
Oh, good. I'm glad. Yeah. You look like you're about to fall asleep. I was waiting for your head just to like hit the microphone.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. I
Like
totally.
Neil's gonna fall
I
asleep.
totally-
Yeah.
I was trying not to just fall asleep, but well, my favorite, the beach, that on the towel with the sun on me, I love that feeling. So I was totally there. That was
Yeah.
good.
Oh, one thing I did forget to say. When you're meditating, you're going to have thoughts that come into your mind. Like your mind's going to start racing again, and that's totally normal. We're human. Like it's okay. Just when you hear those thoughts, just be conscious of it. Push those thoughts aside and go back to focusing on your breath. So just feel your body inhale and exhale. So it's all about just getting into the now. That's my last little bit of advice.
Cool. Well, there we go,
Okay.
everybody.
All right.
Get your quiet time, do your meditation, and we'll all see you when we're all 90 and we'll still remember this podcast because our brain's on point.
Heck yeah, no dementia here. Woo, high five.
Whoop, whoop.
All right, guys, enjoy the day.
Awesome. Bye, guys.